Avalanche. They're finally coming up again. They've been pretty, I'll say, stagnant as of late. But Avalanche, they keep on building. I think games, a lot of people anticipate that games will play a big part in this cycle. And Avalanche is really ready for that. Their subnets, right? Beam, one of the biggest projects or gaming platforms out there. They also have DeFi Kingdoms, which is still executing. They're about to release new features, new hunts. That's on Avalanche. Also, Shrapnel. They have their own subnet for their token, even though they're within Beam, but they have their own subnet with token. And there's another one, Pulsar Game. I mean, there's just like endless. And there's a new one that's coming out. It's a tournament platform called Tiltyard. I mean, so as you can see, all their subnets are gaming related, right? So if games, they lead the way in 2024 and 2025 by bringing a massive amount of users into the space, guess who's going to, take advantage of that? Avalanche. Avalanche is good. They're positioning themselves in a really good spot right now, right? Speaking of Shrapnel is giving out 100K in crypto this week just for playing their game, which looks absolutely amazing. If you guys like first-person shooters, I mean, this is it. This is it. This is out. People are playing it. They're going to host a $3 million tournament, but they're giving out a prize pool to people just for playing it right now. Just incentivize people. It's absolutely fantastic, right? But there's another major game coming out called Off the Grid that's going to be on Xbox. It's a console game, but it's also a Web3 game that people won't know about. So it's starting to happen already. Rather than just be on desktop, now you got console games that are Web3. It's a 60-hour narrative campaign, 150-player battle royale. They have 250 employees. They have custom in-game NFT wallet. The economy is fully on-chain, Avalanche subnet, right? So again, shows you how all in Avalanche is on games right now. Absolutely fantastic. So that could be a killer too. But outside of games, Avalanche is still trying to upgrade their chain so that they can scale infinitely, basically 100,000 transactions, right? They have a lot of things going on. So Avalanche, I like a lot. They like I said, they've been a little bit stagnant recently, but I think it's going to turn. And another one is, I noticed this on CMC the other day, Flare Network. Flare Network is coming up, okay? So what is Flare Network? Flare Network is like a weird chain or weird history. They were all about XRP, right? They were going to be utilizing XRP Ledger, and they decided to change that. They became a EVM chain instead, but they did airdrop a whole bunch of Flare to XRP holders. So they're announcing that they were going to be a programmable platform on top of XRP Ledger, okay? And then they changed that. They became an L1. They're EVM compatible, and they have their own token, but still they airdropped a whole bunch of Flare everywhere, right? So that's kind of like the history behind Flare. But recently, a couple things happened. Google came on as a validator. That pumped up a lot. They also do have coin burning, which also helps, right? But overall, Flare is kind of like, I don't hear too much about it, but I'm seeing them creep up on CMC. So something to watch out. They are EVM compatible, like I said. They have their own Oracle system, which is interesting because most layer ones utilize someone else's Oracle, like Chainlink or Pyth, but no, they have their own, so they consider that their own leg up versus all other L1s. I don't know if that's actually a good thing or not, but yeah. So Flare Network is another one to keep your eyes on. There are a lot of buy signals, but this one, just like all the previous ones, show you how significant it is and also what's coming up. So this is according to this person, it's called a super trend. I don't know what's measuring, but it looks pretty accurate. So, first cycle, after we went from sell to buy, Bitcoin went up 9,900%, almost 10,000%. And then it happened in 2016, 2017. Then Bitcoin went up 3,681%. It happened in 2020. Then Bitcoin went up 828%. And guess what? On the monthly scale, it just flashed by once again. So this time around, and keep in mind, this is flashing at 45,000. This is not flashing at like 16,000. Okay? Because if we did just like an 8x from 16,000, you know, we're barely at like $100,000. No, this is flashing at $45,000. So even if we went up, let's say, I don't know, 5x, 6x, that would put us between 225,000 and 300,000. That's what a lot of people are anticipating. But who knows? Because of the ETF and supply shocks, maybe we have another 8x, right? That would put us around 350,000. Who's to say that we have to diminish the percentage every single cycle? Maybe this time we get 1,000%. We don't stop at 800%. We go to 1,000%. And who's to say we can't have 3,600% this cycle? That would be kind of crazy if we did, but you know, you never know. With institutional FOMO this time around, that never happened in any cycle before. I mean, we never had ETFs, and we certainly didn't have as many institutions talking about Bitcoin. This cycle is very different than previous cycles. So if they're all FOMOing and all the other funds are FOMOing, you know, who knows? Who knows where the top is, right? But what I do know is this. We do have a lot of metrics like this that are flashing buy, and more buy, right? So this is what I rely on, the fundamentals of Bitcoin, on-chain metrics. I think these are a lot more macro views of Bitcoin, right? TA is more like a micro view where it's shorter term, but man, if you put everything else that I've been talking about together, there's no way you cannot be bullish on Bitcoin. 95% of people holding Bitcoin are in profit. 95%, and we're not even at like 60,000. We're not even at 69,000, right? But that's because prior, when we were going up in 2021, we didn't really stay above 50,000 that long. We just like kind of breached it a couple times really quickly. But most people that were buying in 2021 bought below 50,000. Makes sense. That's why we're at 95% in profit right now. But that is going to climb to 99, 100% soon.